Here we are, Mike.
Michael.
Michael Cole. Across the street from a site where it kind of all went down for, I would just say you or me,
Yeah.
but the truth is I would say the entire UCLA baseball team from about, I'm gonna guess, the late 80s until probably well past the mid-90s.
The landmark happens to be one apartment complex that that basically baseball players would hand down the leases over and over again.
Back to other
baseball players. This place brought a lot of fond memories, and especially one that we're going to get into.
One that we'll get into. Let's take a walk over there. You think about a bunch of baseball guys, and you know, masculine guys, generally pretty macho, probably a little altered ego.
Yeah.
And
altered ego.
The great trademark about this place is the fact that it's pink. Go figure. So you were in the front one.
I was in this one right here. This is my place.
You were in the front one.
That door right there.
I think Troy and those guys lived in this one right here.
No, these were those hippie girls, remember?
Oh, the hippie girls.
Remember the hippie girls?
How about the hippie girls?
Or deadheads. They're great.
Yeah.
Pretty nice. I wouldn't mind living here right now.
This is it. This is it right here, and there is a guy inside. That is absolutely classic. He probably has no idea what has gone on in there. All right, live video fans, this is it. One, I'm gonna guess it was like maybe a May night where I had a baseball game against USC the next day. At the time, I was living with 3 roommates that were non-baseball players, and they were all out doing what any college students would do on a normal Saturday night. And that was, yeah, that's probably drinking a little too heavily. And they all came home and left all the doors unlocked and everything. And I was upstairs sleeping, and you know, I remember my roommate coming in making all sorts of noise. And probably about an hour after he came in, and so it was probably about 3 in the morning now. And I was, like I said, I was doing what a good college baseball player would have done at that time, which is stay in.
Yeah.
And
you had day game the next day, bud.
Day game the next day. And essentially what happened is a guy came into our apartment and kind of ransacked the place a little bit, was looking for anything he could find. I awake. The guy is hovering over my desk. Kind of wake up, and I figured I had 3 options. Option number 1 was to lie there and pretend like I'm sleeping, and hopefully he goes away. Option number 2, he somehow notices me, attacks me, then at that point I fight back. Option number 3 would be for me to come up to him and say, hey, you know, what are you doing, type of thing. I take that back, there's 4 options. And the 4th option was the one I chose, which was, I'm not gonna be on the defensive here, I'm gonna be on the offensive. So I curled up in a little ball. I jumped up, threw a flying right hook, landed the cleanest punch I've ever landed in my entire life. I compare it to when you hit the ball with the sweet spot of the bat and you just don't feel anything. That was the feeling I had. And you know, hand was completely fine. And here he was, lying there, knocked out. There was blood everywhere. I think one of his teeth was actually dangling out of his mouth. I grabbed a baseball bat. My roommate, who was sleeping right next to me, woke up. Could not believe the sight of what's going on. Probably still intoxicated. The 2 other guys in the other room woke up, came in. We essentially pinned him down, held him there until LAPD arrived, and they arrived at their best. And really, you could almost open the door, and there's a cement staircase that he wasn't cooperating with LAPD, and he took a nice little tumble down the stairs into the front door. And then the article in LA Times doesn't really cover, you know, UCLA baseball that much ever. And there's an article in the LA Times that said Byrnes KO's intruder then SC. That's it.
That was the headline. It was pretty hot.
That's probably all
I should get that.
So, all right, what we're gonna do, there's a guy in there watching TV right now. We're gonna walk in there and see if he has any clue about how famous his apartment has become through the years of telling this story.
This is great. How you doing?
What's up, bro? How you guys doing?
What's going on?
Getting ready to leave, so
Yeah.
You know this apartment here has some history.
I have no idea about. I've been here for 4 weeks.
There's a burglary in here that happened about 10 years ago.
Okay.
There's a baseball player that lived upstairs, and the burglar, the baseball player, knocked him out. Big melee, and then the LAPD came down this cement staircase. So we just wanted to check out the cement staircase, just because it's kind of a famous place.
Was there like a newspaper article that you guys asked?
Well, there was back in the day, but the story's been retold over and over through the years. And just because this guy, you know,
Pretty famous ball player. He's created a good name for himself, you know, at UCLA.
So we just wanted to come over here and check it out, see this cement staircase.
Thanks you guys. It's cool.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Haven't seen these landmark stairs in a long time. I wonder if there's still blood or any marks.
Yeah,
Looks like they haven't really cleaned it since.
I thought it was pretty classic that the guy had absolutely no clue who I was or who the great Michael Sasson was, and
Pretty much my peak right here.
not only that, I mean, just the idea he has no idea about the history of that apartment,
Yeah.
and that story is told several times a year. All right, guys, listen, that's the conclusion of the Eric Byrnes / Michael Sasson tour around UCLA. I've showed you guys Jackie Robinson Stadium. I show you guys a famous landmark. So now we are here at the base of the UCLA campus, standing in a tree. In a tree. Now, we haven't quite exactly figured out why we're standing in a tree. I actually don't have any idea why the hell we're in this tree. But I encourage you guys to post a comment. Let us know about what you think of our maybe kind of a little tour around college. I don't know, maybe you guys have some college memories you might want to share. But we're all about interacting here at livevideo.com. You watch something, you comment on it, we comment back.
Yep.
He's Michael Sasson, I'm Eric Byrnes, and we're signing off here
Signing
at
out.
livevideo.com. See you guys later.
Nice chatting with you guys.
Good times.